Alright, sorry for the 1 minute delay. I went out into the garden and took pictures of fluffers in there, because
Hell yeah.
my shit as usual. I'm hoping the spininess of the cucumbers that are starting to grow will prevent him from fucking with it, but we'll see.
Make rabbit stew. It's actually
The
really
important
nice.
things.
I want to, but Bloodwind won't let me. It's fine.
Just say you got it from the shop.
Nah, she'll know.
You're such a fluffus.
Little tiny ass bunny in my garden.
Such a fluffus.
I mean, well, so here's the caveat though. My fiance hates it when I overgrow the cucumbers because we end up getting like 50 to 100 cucumbers. Also, you can ignore that magazine issue. That's just, it is what it is because, you know, broken mods. But because all of the beans and pea shoots kept getting eaten, the cucumbers completely took over the trellis again this year. So now I'm going to get another 50 to 100 cucumbers. So she can't complain because she doesn't want me to deal with the bunny that keeps eating it. So now I get all my cucumbers at least.
You can sell
So
that one.
either way, I win.
You just had to produce to a point where you have saturated it, and now there's enough.
Well, I mean, if you go, I
bunny's
just put
making
some
money.
pictures in the garden channel because I'm like, you know, if I go out there, I'm gonna find that stupid little bunny, and yeah, sure enough, there he was. But yeah, he's not eating anything that I can see anymore, so that's good. The only thing he likes to eat is the eggplant, which annoys me because I like eggplants, but all it's forcing it to do is grow taller. So at least there's more leaves on it, so it'll produce probably in
yeah.
another month. And I love making eggplant parm. But anyway, let's focus on our op. So guys, we're gonna be starting at the staging point. The arc is going to be 4 missions focusing mainly on Indian forces taking direct actions against Pakistani forces in the Kashmir province. So expect some direct war fighting. Blue 4 represent friendly positions. The only one I've garrisoned is yours at the camp base with the squads and the little CIA support vector. For 3 points today, you have to find 3 AA sites and destroy them. The AA sites represent 2 launchers and a radar piece. Once all 3 of those pieces are destroyed, it is considered destroyed. For 4 points, that bonus point, you have to find all 5 sites on the map, and you also have to clear out Puesta Crow, which means sending infantry in and killing every single person in there and then pulling away. As you do more direct actions in the AO, QRF will come from there and there in the form of ground and air forces. So the more direct actions you take and the longer you're in there, the more defensive forces will be pushed into the point you will eventually be overwhelmed. To assist you, you are given 2 AT vehicles in the form of cars, and then 2, I think they're scoped 50 cals. And then you also have a bunch of transport cars, which have your spare ammo, medical, some AA, which is mainly meant for the CIA guys, but they're carrying it, some spare AT. Basically, most of some spare stuff, including some plates. Riflemen, you should have some spare ammo for your machine gunners and your AT guy in your squad. But you can move stuff around as you see fit. You decide to field whatever you want. CIA, you have 2 quad bikes if you want to use them, but you can use any vehicle. They also have some spare batteries and I think some spare bandages, and then I got lazy and just didn't give you anything else. So, haha. Anyway, you got 2 UAV. Well, I think only one of you took the slot. So you have a darter, and then there's 2 spare darters on the ground in case you fuck up the darter. And then you should have 2 spare batteries in your inventory, but then there's more in the quad bikes if you need them. Beyond that, that is pretty much the AO. I'm reacting to what you do. So if you want to recon everything and then, you know, hit the sites back to back to back to back to back to minimize QRF, feel free. If you want to go in there and just start sweeping the shit out of everything and deal with the QRF as it comes in, feel free. But I've got my timers written on a sticky note for what I bring in where and when based off of what you do. Any questions?
What do the AA sites look like?
The CSAT, AA, and radar sites
the
from
fucking
vanilla.
big
So
ones.
it's the S400, quote-unquote, and then the radar piece. And it's the same for all 5 sites. So 2 launchers, 2 separate launchers, quote-unquote, and then a radar. They are towed by truck, and there would be trucks by them. I did everything logistically sound. So the camps, you'll see the 3 launchers and then 3 trucks and then the liaison group that defends it. Any other questions?
Have time to fortify, or is this just ad hoc shit they set up?
They've had time to fortify, yeah. because you're doing a direct action against their territory.
Unlimited QRF, I guess.
Unlimited enemy QRF, yes. The actions of these missions aren't linked to each other in terms of effects compared to the previous campaign, so the enemy has unlimited resources.
What kind of QRF are we expecting? Air from Kala Nui?
As I said earlier, ground and air assets from those two positions.
Righto.
And do mind, one of them is an airfield, so AA gunners are going to be very important today. Any other questions? Otherwise, I want to give you your full 2 hours. Alright, cool. Only thing I'll say as a personal note, Mac, when you get a second, shoot me your info so I can get your thing announced for Wednesday. Otherwise, good luck, guys, and have fun. Beep, beep. Woo.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Oh, fuck you. So yeah, when I just started the stream, I was talking about I have this little rabbit in my garden that has been eating a lot of my stuff. And I've just had to learn to tolerate him because Bloodwing won't let me. I've tried trapping him, but he's too smart for my traps. So we've just coined him as Sergeant Fluffers, and I've moved on with my life. Alright, otherwise it should be a fairly straightforward op. Charlotte is not hosting today. She had some IRL stuff come up, which prevented her from hosting today. Won't get into it too much, but we will see that Star Wars stuff return next week. Otherwise, let me set global AI and global side coefficients here. So 90, I just realized.
Liru, are we good to send up the drone, or does it count as moving out?
Give me 1 second. I might have just made an oopsie. Hold on, I gotta check something. Okay, okay. Yeah, you're clear to move the drone out. I almost.
Leave these ones here and use the ones in.
I almost made a massive oopsie.
Give me a second. I need to set this.
Real quick, Karn Lolo, truthfully, you can only see the darters, right?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I accidentally left blue 4 and green 4 unfriendly, and you would have seen all of the positions of the sites. I almost fucked up. Ooh. So let me explain. Default mission files in Arma 3 have blue 4 and green 4 set to friendly, and because I changed it to a new map, green 4 and blue 4 were set to friendly. So if the UAV operators opened their terminals, they would have seen the locations of the green 4 sets, since they're AI controlled, AA emplacements, and so they would have immediately known where to go. So I had to fix that real quick. But anyway, yeah, got a little bunny in my garden. I occasionally take pictures of him, and as well as the stuff I like to grow in there, because it's one of the hobbies I do to keep me sane through, you know, playing Arma and video editing. But, yeah, at this point, I've accepted it, and my beans and peas, I'm coming up with more creative ways to grow them, like off of my second story balcony and stuff, because the bunny will just eat them. But yeah, if you want to see him, he's in the garden channel, which I think you can get through viewer tags. I don't remember exactly, but here, let me, I don't think I finished setting this. I'm going to do a 35, because it's a general military, and that is usually what I like to set for it, and then spotting, I'm going to set to 70. But yeah, he's a tiny bunny, so he's like brand spanking new. We're going to do 75 for the spotting coefficients here. And then I am going to put a few of these teams in. These are SSG Commando teams. Hey. Ah, it's doing that. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there's a hidden unit limit on Arma 3, and if you trip it for whatever funny reason, it prevents you from spawning units, so that little line of code fixes it, because this game is funny. But yeah, I'm literally just going to set these guys up as hunter-killer teams to just kind of patrol around. I'm not going to set them to safe, though. I want them to be yeah. They're kind of just looking around. I didn't want to set them in the Eden editor because it's annoying to set patrols in the Eden editor. Literally, the one patrol around all these positions is literally copy and pasted on the same spot. But these provide some tactical challenge for anyone that's trying to come into the AO and actively scout it out. So yeah, that provides a little bit extra, and then, you know, player base hasn't even gotten into this AO yet, so good enough for me. There's something wrong with my view distance here. Oh. That's not good. All of those got set server side. Oh, that's... Yeah, these are fine, but the... Oh, so the player base might insta-die. That's neat. Let's, Why did more... Okay. Awesome. That's fine. More shit to fix. Then again, I don't have to worry about it because Dream's using the server tomorrow, and I'm going to tell Dream to edit whatever he wants, and then I'm just going to go through it on Wednesday before the Congo op. Yeah. Neat. I'm not even going to complain. It's just, it is what it is. Anyway, where's Ace view distance? No, that's view restrictions. Come on. View... Is it in... No. What? I'm being dumb. Where's the way to expand the range of how far I can see? Nani the fuck? Where'd it go?
Radio check 50.
It's view... No. It is view distance. Okay. I'm just being dumb.
Bravo to command. We are ready to move out.
Whew. Says hi, checking on 50. Feel free to move out whenever.
Alright, Alpha, you ready to go? Alpha's ready for step off.
Yeah, so it means it got set server side somewhere between myself, Mac, or Dream, or whatever, so... At this point, it is what it is, you know? I've learned not to really complain about that because no one's gonna own up to it, and it's like, all right, well, I'll just add some extra time to manage it.
Alpha's rolling along the line to RP1.
Because it is what it is. I'm still gonna blame Dream for it. Oh, Dream's right here. Perfect, buddy. I'm blaming you for it. Anyway. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Doesn't matter.
Hi, Alpha. Can you radio check again? You were just extremely quiet on last call.
Oh, can you hear me now?
It's better, yeah.
I'll go ahead and put a T4 radio back at base in case you get into a mountainous area and can't hear me. Stand by. Forgot about that. Shove that next to me, and that basically extends my ranges so I can still be heard and shit. But anyway, really simple mission. Have a silly bunny in my garden. You know, life is... actually, life's kind of... Life's okay right now. Yeah. Vix and I aren't friends anymore, apparently. That sucks. But it is what it is. Oh, did they already break a wheel? They already broke a wheel!
Is that what happened to you, though?
That's why every car has a spare wheel.
Really large
That's funny.
boxes.
Just don't hit the trees.
That sounds like a skill issue.
That's what I said. But yeah, I don't know. I've been having to deal with that for like the past week, and then scrubbing stuff, but yeah. I might give the story later, but eh. I do feel a bit raw about it. But oh well, it is what it is. Network security, yes, it is a very dry module. I remember that from college. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of cybersecurity stuff is actually really, really dry. Like, the fun stuff is literally just the coding and penetration testing. But even then, there can be dry parts of that too. But, I mean, those are jobs that pay big bucks, so, you know. No, Valkyrie is the person I work with maps. Yesterday was funny, though. It was like a catch-22 of a day. Because Rob posted my stream, and then we got DDoSed, which was really funny. But then he also gave me an invite to go down like a 2.5-hour drive and go shoot a bunch of guns with some of the SOG guys, and I'm definitely taking him up on that offer. I still need to DM him, though, because I have a gun show right by my house every month, and I want to see if I can bring up some bulk ammo for him. Because that's fun. Yeah, go ahead, Dream. I'll exchange you mine. But, yeah, so a few updates on that. We're not going to see anything for that Mass Effect community anymore, which sucks because I just got, you know, my Tuesdays freed to go start doing stuff in there again. But there were other things that happened with that community where, I'm going to be honest, it's kind of DOA right now, but that's other drama, which, funny enough, actually does tie back to the whole, you know, loss of friendship thing. But, yeah, we'll discuss that later. Did I do any Dark Tide yesterday? Yes, I did. Here's what I'm thinking. I might actually go on a limb and try to make a new form of content tied to Dark Tide, but like purely comedic.
All squads, if you've got entrenching tools, start digging trenches around
But I'll get into that later. Alright, let's see. We got Angel. He's ground command, scouting. I gave the marksman an M107 because I couldn't find any good Indian modern-day marksman rifle in our thing, so I'm just like, F it. They use M107, so we'll make it work. Is Siege a wave defense? Because I know Dark Tide also added a wave defense thing, which is pretty cool. No, Sparky. It actually all originated from a question about American politics.
Oh, yeah. They're having a party and we're about to create a booper.
And apparently answering it with funny pictures was not the right answer. But that was just one out of multiple things that happened. Again, I might tell the story during mission dev. But not right now. It's a gradual wave defense? Fair. Alright, so I assume they're scouting out Crow here. Crow is literally just a simple garrison. I have a few vehicles around for security, some internal vehicles as well. This would also be a spawn point for some infantry. But if they're going to go after it first, then that's fine. Exactly, Sparky. That is the lesson I took out of it.
I love kicking hornets.
And also, Hog is also correct. Which is what bugged me about it the most. But, you know, friendship's a two-way street.
Well,
but after I analyzed everything like over a week, I realized how effed things were, and it's just like, oh damn, okay. But yeah, no, I'll do some mission dev late tonight, and I'll give you guys the story. And the really sad thing about it is I completely understand her perspective too. It's just I'm so burnt out that I don't really
We're pretty much gonna wait
care,
here while the recon dudes
if that makes any sense.
find at least 3 AA sites, and until they found at least 3, we're not going to be attacking.
Holy cow, 30 months. You know what that means.
Oh god, Priest
Why
with
do
another
chicken
joke.
coos have 2 doors? Because if they had 4, they'd be chicken sedans.
Ah, man.
Alpha copies.
Yeah, Sparky, again, it's for later. But Tech Precincts to a 30-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And here's the thing. Like, just the last point I'm going to give. I feel like a lot of people in the world have lost the ability to have a civil discussion about politics, and that's what's causing the most issues. But it's also because things have gotten so heated.
Fob? No, that's Pakistan.
But,
Like, the guy's close.
you know, say la vie. That's why I just outright ban it in my Discord, because people are nuts.
They're 200 meters.
Anyway, this is an SSG team, so these are like the special forces running around. But I think because they're under the berm and they've got that little bit of cover there, these guys aren't going to notice, which is kind of funny.
Hey, there's a patrol on like the next below.
But if I were to initiate
Yeah, see, there's
contact
a
right now, it would make the
patrol
rest of this
next hill
AO
north,
much more
like
difficult,
200
so
meters. Just keep your
I'm
guys'
surprised they
head
even
down.
entered the AO without scouting it out fully.
Roger. We will keep behind the hill.
Oh boy,
Camouflage these trenches, hell yeah.
I know why this is happening.
There are at least 2 MRAPs and a technical.
Pass this around. We're dealing with a DDoSer at the moment. Just relax and keep playing.
Gentlemen, be advised by HICOM DDoS attack.
It started yesterday because Rob posted my Discord, or not my Discord, my Twitch info publicly in the SOG chat, and I guess that's pissed somebody off. I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be a bleed over into my community, but oh well. Yeah, they're targeting me over it. I think the drone got shot down by one of the launch systems. Which would make sense. I mean, an S-400 should have the capability to shoot drones down. Yep, there it is, the spent tube, so they fired. That's funny. Yeah, that's fine. So the difference between yesterday's server and today's server is this is my main server. It has a lot of stuff to help mitigate the attacks. It's never going to stop a DDoS, we know that,
look,
but
I see the main MRAP on the
mitigates
corner of the
pretty well.
base, and then to the right you have 1 container, 2 containers, 3 containers, 4
it's just something
containers,
you unfortunately
and then
have to
the
deal
right
with when you're an armor streamer, you know?
container.
Do be aware, unless you, I mean, if you have
So I
AP
think they've got
right,
3
but those
drones. One
MRAPs
just got
are
shot down, so now we're going to
medium
see them deploy more, but now they might have to be a bit more aggressive. I'm not going to react if we shoot down a drone because, you know, it is what it is. Looks like they found 2 of the sites, though, but they did fly, like, in between those zones, so oof. But that's fine. Now they're launching another one. Yeah, that's fair, Dream. I got to get more info from him, though, because I definitely want to go down and
There's
shoot.
like a little command office right next to that.
Is it next to the green container?
Yeah, between the green container and the
What I
green
am going to
little
do if I go
cargo
down there is I'm going to bring
that
a
is
framed portrait of my
another
grandpa, though, in front of his Huey in
tell what it
Vietnam.
Oh,
No. It's
113, I think.
Oh.
Anyway, Ian is playing medic right now. I'm trying to look for where he is. There he is. But yeah, I'm just going to shoot him a message to say, hey, let's look at the logs and have fun with people. Yeah, and I just got an email about it. That's cute. All right. But yeah, this server's a lot more hardened against that shit.
Behind the cargo net? Oh. I do see that. Yeah, I see the 2 MRAPs. I see the the 2 M13s.
All I'm going to say is if they're watching, actually, no, they are watching right now. I don't care what your beef is with SOG, and by all means, if they choose to involve me with it, sure, fine, whatever. Go nuts. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Don't bring it over here.
Yeah, I think I see
the vehicle on the far left.
But then again, you verify the fact that we've got good DDoS protection anyway, so
the vehicle on
still,
the far left
it's
has
kind of
a
annoying.
turret on it?
Yeah, from what I can
It's just
see.
an open M2.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at them. They're doing the jig down there. You see them doing that? Look at them go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if they do something.
What
but-
range do I have?
Oh well.
Just
I only
got
gave him the
regular
standard
ball
rounds. I didn't give him any
and
211 rounds
no
because
AP.
I thought that'd be
They-
too OP.
Okay, the
Well, you can but when we've done that, we always find them to be on like third-party websites where someone pays money to then do a quote-unquote server test
Bravo,
of
when are we expecting to move in and engage?
sending a bunch of data to a server to flood it to quote-unquote test its DDoS mitigation.
Just trying to find some signs
That's how a
that
lot of
don't wanna
DDoS
move us
attacks
in
happen these days. Basically,
and have
botnets
us
for
sit
hire.
around
Exactly.
while under fire because we don't know where the sites are.
It's actually really, really rare
Hopefully they would find the other two.
to find. Sorry, Bloodwind's with me
Maybe
right
a
now.
bit boring,
But to
but,
find a DDoS attack that originates from
yeah,
proper
it's kinda
IPs.
cool, yeah.
But then you can track it.
Did I activate the brain cell?
Yeah, you struck a pose. I struck a pose back. Hey, unknown ship. Oh, he's got a Borderlands symbol on him. Borderlands 4 badge vault symbol. Does that mean you were a beta tester for the build that they flew a bunch of people over to, or hi, honey?
Oh, that like bunker tower?
Yes, because I made bacon for you this morning, Goober. But yeah, unknown ship. If you're interested, just type !Discord if you want to come and play. We do ops all the time.
I must be stupid because I don't see like you're talking
Ooh,
about like
Dream,
the
that
basic
sucks.
vanilla cargo tower,
Yes.
right?
Okay,
it's a little two-story thing. It's not sandbags.
Yeah, but it's really easy to cycle those IPs out. If I were to hypothetically run one of those bot network services, it's really not that hard to change out their IPs. The only thing that would be kind of hard is changing MAC addresses, but you don't really use those. You only use IPs, so it doesn't matter. That's why it's important to have really good mitigation. But any mitigation can be overwhelmed with a big enough attack, but those attacks usually cost either a lot more or you have to have a really, really good bot network to do it. That involves breaking into a bunch of like smart fridges with malware and all that fun stuff to make a bot network.
A lot of heavy machine guns. That's gonna be very interesting.
I've got 15 liters of blood.
Well,
My bad.
we could literally pull up our 2 tow
Yeah.
trucks. How many
That's
tow
true. We could
missiles do?
demolish the entire
Yeah.
base.
Yeah,
How-
but
how
again,
many-
you can
how
still
many
change a
tows
MAC
are
address.
in
It's
each?
hard.
4 each.
It's
plus
tedious to
spares
do it
and
on more than like 100 computers, but
Oh
it's
my God,
possible.
my brain.
Gonna get
Alright,
sniped up
there's
here.
4 spares in each vehicle, in each armed vehicle, and 1.
Yeah, we're waiting for these guys. It was a drop for watching the streams for the beta. Gotcha. I'm gonna be honest. I'm on the fence about Borderlands 4. Love Borderlands. My fiance's name is Bloodwing because she actually picked that before she played Borderlands 2, and then I showed her what happened to Bloodwing in Borderlands 2, and she screamed. I love that memory. But anyway, Borderlands 3 kind of lost me. Borderlands 4, I'm on the fence on. I'm not paying more than $60 for it though. I'm not feeding a CEO's ego for that one. I have other games I can stream,
Your running distance might not be
But
good.
yeah, no, nice. Also, that is tempting. Had Arma 3 forever, having played it beyond the first half of the campaign. Yeah, Arma 3, it's more of your sandbox game. You got to find a fun community to play in.
Yeah.
And then
What the hell is Ian running out for?
I mean, we're still.
Yeah, we got them fresh reinforcements yet.
Okay.
Sorry,
Bravo,
catching up with chat.
Bring some of your guys up here, grab the scope 50 cal, bring it down to you. Your job will be to use the 2 scope
Tenkata.
50 cal.
Fair. It is fun to click a button and then cause a lot of casualties.
To overwatch and attack the base, while Alpha moves down the hill and assaults from the western
Dream
side.
shouting he loves the campaign because he's had to deal with a lot of it in the past.
So we're supporting with 50s.
So I guess they're gonna hit this, then hit those two, and then they're gonna continue looping around. That means I'm gonna be bringing QRF in. I was hoping they would recon everything first, but because they lost the drone, I think that made them freak out a little bit.
Alpha will be attacking from the west side. You guys are gonna strike those armed Vics first, right?
Unknown, I'm gonna be honest, Borderlands 3 in terms of gameplay was actually peak for me. It's just they gave legendary weapons too often and it kind of cheapened the experience. When the game came out, it had a massive lack of endgame content, and the story was ass. But if you can tune that out and just enjoy the mechanics and chilling with people,
Alpha, make sure to use
I think
the
my
blue
favorite
line
memories of
join
Borderlands 3 was playing with some of my
time
friends, and
for
then every time I got a
Bravo to,
legendary, I would
assault
scream the word legendary, and they got
range
so
stuff
pissed
while you
off
you
because
move.
for whatever reason, I was getting more legendaries than the other 3 of them combined. And they got so fucking sick of me.
Command, are we getting both launcher vehicles or 2 50
But,
and
I
one
mean,
launcher?
any game is better with friends. So, Borderlands 4, I'll sit on my hands for. If I see a price tag bigger than 60, I'm not going to do it. Unless they have the story elements of something like Borderlands 2 with the gameplay mechanics of Borderlands 3. I would actually pay up to $100 for something like that if they were to wow me. I know they're not, because I keep track of a lot of big companies and their writer teams. And I've been keeping track of 2K because they fucked up Homeworld 3, and that was my baby that they fucked up. So I know who's on that team and who to avoid. And a lot of the same writers that fucked up Homeworld 3 also have writing credits on Borderlands 4, so I'm not... I already know where it's gonna go. Also, I meant Borderlands 4, so I was saying Borderlands 3. I agree with you, Unknown. Again, like, really fun gameplay mechanics, but story was... What bugged me about the story actually wasn't the story itself, it's what they should have done with it, and where they were leaning with it, and then they just made really dumb decisions in the story. Like, I thought the brother was gonna be, like, turned against the sister or something, because that's where they were going. It feels like when you see a movie that has gone through, like, 2 or 3 sets of reshoots and, like, 2 or 3 test screenings, and they have, like, plots going forward, and then they drop them, or vice versa. I think what bugged me the most, though, was they had cutscenes where you were there, but you weren't there, and you just watched everything happen. You're like, what the fuck? And then, in the game, they did cutscenes where they actually, like, have you floating around and trapped and shit, and you're like, okay, pick something then. Am I part of these cutscenes or not? Like... This makes no fucking sense. I agree, Homeworld 2 went in a weird direction. I saw where they were going with it, but there was a game called Homeworld Mobile that came out, and I thought they were going to then put Homeworld 3 off of Homeworld Mobile, because that involved going to another galaxy.
Along our line, and we'll
but no, we got that instead.
And wait for Bravo to blow.
And what I have come to find out afterwards by talking to people
Bravo,
is they had a story,
whenever you want
and then they had to redo a bunch of it last minute because 2K stepped in and said, no, it's not diverse enough. And it's like, what the fuck you mean? And that's how we got Giant Lady in Latex. And then Giganticism fight. And all of that nonsense. But again, similar to Borderlands, actually. Gameplay itself for a Homeworld game was actually pretty solid. I enjoyed how they hybridized some Homeworld 1 and Homeworld 2 elements. I thought the gameplay was pretty decent. And you could still go through and, like, capture everything. Like, it was fun. I actually really enjoyed their War Games game mode as well. I just wish it had more RNG to it. It all got scrapped, though, because they had to focus on the story.
The final turn
instead of having more time to polish out and add more stuff to it.
Wait for shit to go boom until you tell us. Please blow up those armed vehicles first and foremost.
So that all got screwed because they got forced because of, you know, having to quote-unquote fix the story for the mythical modern audience. But yeah, gameplay-wise, I thought it was actually pretty solid. But that tends to be the norm here for a lot of AAA titles, is gameplay's actually pretty good, but the story kind of kills it. And for a game like Homeworld, the story is kind of the most important part. I just want a New Vegas with graphics and gameplay of Fallout 4. So, I've heard a rumor from someone who was right about Oblivion. They told me 6 months before Oblivion was shadow dropped, the remaster, by the way, that it was coming. And they said there's 2 other projects out there for remastering some Fallout games.
Angel, my guy just doesn't have an E-tool.
So give it 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. Does any of you guys have an E2?
If you check the inventories of the transport cars... But yeah, give it a few years, because I was sketchy about this source, but then it actually came out. But there's been some projects in development for at least 5 or 6 years.
If you guys could, with your small arms fire, focus on the further.
So anything's possible.
Fob position, the higher up one. That one's got a better.
All right, so
angle
using
on
some of
us
their
as
AT
we
launchers
push.
here. There's the missile coming in. That's a hit. Now the question is, are these guys going to return fire? They might not because of the range, so I'm going to RC and start shooting. And right unknown, I mean, I'm going to be honest, my community, we do some easy ops and we do some hard ops. Today is a bit more of an easy op, but we have some really complex stuff too if you'd be interested. But yeah, it's free for anyone to join. Just gonna alternate the 50s here. Hey, look, the missile. It missed! You missed with the missile! Ember, I completely agree with you, by the way. Completely agree with you. All right, I'm going to send QRF up there. I've got 2 other teams I can send. I'll go ahead and send those as well.
Copy that.
And I will prep the QRF I want to send.
On the way.
And then I need to make some helipads here to prep some additional forces here. I'll do an armed hip, it's fine. But set her to ignore.
Okay, Alpha, you can move up. So be aware we can't see the armed 113 because it's been eaten by the terrain. So you may have to deal with that with small arms fire.
Copy. We're going to be pushing up. Reference black circle is where we'll dismount and go north to south.
Roger.
Understood.
All right.
On the way. Solid copy.
Send my QRF in. And now I just have to, you know, send QRF every so often. But yeah, it's a shame what's happening to the modern gaming world, but c'est la vie. Unknown. As someone that started my entire Arma 3 ARC and YouTube stuff with just an old 2015 HP Envy laptop, I'd agree with you. However, there have been a lot of optimization changes for Arma 3 that do make it easier to run on laptops. And I would be totally down to sit down with you and help you with those optimized settings. You should be able to get out at least, like, you know, 30 or so frames with them. Oh, Des dropped. That's usually because his internet's pretty silly, but that's fine. Oh, I'm just getting those marksmen out of there. Because they're supposed to be on top, but it looks like they floated through because these textures broke because, haha, of course they did. Hey, I'm always happy to show those settings to people. Here, let me get my tracers on. Now you can actually see where the players are shooting at. Now, the question is, was that a long-range ATGM launch, or no, they just tried hitting us again? I'll be honest, it also does depend on what the mission is running and how optimized it is. I like to claim I optimize my missions pretty well, because
That'll move on the main.
I understand how hard optimization is in this game, so I try my best, but, you know, some missions, especially some communities, run some really crazy shit in them that's super unoptimized, so I get it. Yeah, you can see the gore mod coming into effect here.
One of the CIA dudes is getting ready.
Send in goat. Giants on a helicopter up here to investigate.
Holy old.
Coming up us.
Good hit, because it was about to light the shit up of these guys.
Enemy helicopter destroyed.
Vam shooting at it with the 107. Oop! Saved by the mountain. Bearded Lord, thanks for the 85-month resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operation. So again, nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, righto, buddy. Anytime to shoot me a
Command,
DM.
this is Alpha.
I have
Clear the
open
top
door
half,
policy.
Moving down.
Roger.
Little jump scare with the crewman there. Alright, that group just finished deploying. I'm gonna have to teleport Daz back to his group, that's fine. And I still have these guys slowly coming up. QRF's coming from that other side as well. Woo! There's a pilot in here, he's dead now. That grenade's gonna get the officer. Okay, yeah, the pilot's been stripped. And the officer has also been stripped.
The physicals are out of ammo.
YouTube does not like the gore mod, but I love the gore mod. Alright. I'm going to deploy a few more commando teams here.
Because Alpha's almost done clearing the compound.
Put a platoon in the AO and have them start marauding around to this area. It's just meant to be a raid. They don't have to capture this spot.
This is Alpha. Compound is clear. Also, the M2 vehicles should have spare rockets in them for the Metis vehicles.
Yeah, there's like 200 round belts too, but we can't figure out how the hell to load them into the actual gun.
I'm gonna just get out of here.
Command, be advised, we've also secured a usable Techie M113 and
Oh, I almost flipped it. That would have been bad. Got a bit of a long drive here. I'm going to try to drive over to one of the other sides.
Push back up to the Overwatch point. Let's try and get out before reinforcements come in, and then we will move.
Well, it's an MRAP, so it's
areas.
resistant against RPGs. I know the squad's all... I think there's only one Carl Gustav gunner on today, so there's not really much they can do against an MRAP trying to drive out, you know? Now, what I'm curious about is he's on defend only, which is fine. His pathing might still be off, though, so I need to access his traits, nope, his abilities, and recheck that off, because sometimes it gives a ghost error and it doesn't actually show his pathing on, and I'm going to go ahead, give him a get out mark over here. Cool, he's following it. But yeah, player base is now essentially on the clock as I'm going to slowly bring in a bunch of QRF to this position. And then if they really mess with things, I'll put in a jet or two.
Alpha, come on, pull back.
Yep, it's just the goober in the M2 not listening, or the M113.
That's because the 113 has no
Well,
fuel.
if he doesn't want to leave, then just leave him there. Because we need to go.
Yeah, righto, unknown. Hope you keep enjoying them.
You have an
Feel free to grab an armor tag.
pushing from your north. Come on.
Yeah, so these are the SSG teams. They're trying to pull everyone out so they can then regroup and get things out. Looks like they killed the team up here. Nice. How are we looking? Mac is the kill lead here. Sam has an aircraft kill, though. He's one of the AA gunners, part of the CIA team. So far, so good. Op will get more difficult, though.
Once we pull back to the Overwatch point, we're going to follow the red line. When it gets to the green line, Alpha, you're going to follow the green line. You're going to go ATGM, the launcher radar site near the green line. Bravo's going to continue on the red line and ATGM the other side. And then we'll all pull back to an RP point that I will put down in a second.
Ian looked at the server real quick when that little lag spike happened. He said there was some activity, but didn't even trigger the DDoS mitigation. So the server just tanked the attack without even going into mitigation mode. That's kind of funny.
This is Alpha. We're cresting over
Yeah,
the
that's
Bravo
scary to
lock
think
position.
about because that
We're
same
ready to
type
move
of
if you
attack
are.
was what was bringing down the servers that the SOG guys use. All the more reason I am super thankful to Ian for letting me use that server. Because the level of protection it has is very fucking nice.
Right, Alpha's here. Suggest we move. I know, ironic, 'cause we were slow.
I need my Jeep that you took.
I'm trying to look. I think they found all
We didn't
AA
actually take that
sites.
Jeep.
Yeah, one,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. So now they're going to disengage and then come around. You can also see where the drone
Alpha has
is,
all
mainly
of
because
its
I have a drone
personal
terminal,
vehicles.
so I'm able to get those on the map. If I didn't have this item
Okay, all squads go
here,
across
I
your
wouldn't be able to
lines,
see
take out
that on the
those
map.
AA sites, be very quick. We're quick striking, not assaulting.
FNF, yeah. No, FNF has that same level of protection.
Copy.
Which is why you don't even
Bravo,
notice the
did you ever
DDoS strikes. They
resolve
only
your,
happen. They only last for like 10
Milan
seconds.
launcher issue?
Yeah, we figured out the Milan launcher, but 50 still
Yeah,
on the
exactly,
ammo, there was
Dragon.
Like ammo for the commander gun.
Right, copy that.
But hey, life happens. You have to adapt with it. So anyway, how's everyone's Monday? We got a bit of time. They're going to be moving over and trying to line up these other two positions. I am going to group this guy with this team over here. We're basically going to see them now set up on mountaintops and hit these areas, and then me trying to counter with whatever I can. And then the amount of QRF I have in the AO is going to constantly be changing. Next LZ, I'm going to be a bit ballsy and put it over here because we're starting to gain, or at least secure this area here. Actually, no, that's too ballsy. We'd probably want to cover it with the infantry team heading up here, so I'll set it up over here. But yeah, those are just invisible helipad markers that guide the helicopter's AI to land on those specific positions. Yeah, so they have a final backup drone set up in case the other ones get shot down. But that's so funny that the S-400, I'm assuming because the darter was too low, so the S-400 essentially used the targeting data off of the nearby radar and shot it down. Righto, Ember. Well, I hope you feel better. I've had COVID. Just a really bad flu. Lasted a week. What sucked about it, though, was I got it at a friend's wedding, and then we went on vacation. So for, like, most of that vacation, Bloodway and I were down and out. Sucked. I agree, Hog. However, what did impress me was there's a trench mod I use called Trencher, And the AI will actually, if the trench is wide enough and not too deep in the water level, they'll actually path in and out it. And a few of my players went for a really rude surprise when they pushed a trench. They weren't watching their flank, and this one AI just ran up the trench and hosed them both down. Oh, that was the last Congo op. Last Wednesday. It was nuts. So, I would like to see Arma 4 have, you know, that level of AI. But in Reforger, they kind of do. With how they rush around, they will climb around. At least I think they'll climb around stuff and whatnot. But that's also really terrifying to have AI that'll just outright charge your position. Uh-oh. This might get ugly. I don't think these guys have dedicated AT, but they do have a dedicated machine gun. Yeah, they're going to report that. I am going to now pull everything. And we're going to do instead an LZ call for reinforcements over here. And we'll do it in the open. Oh, I forgot to make a copy of those units. Whoops.
Once each squad's ATGM to their designated site, pull on the black line to the next RP point. Also remember to tell me once you've done that so command can also pull back.
This is going to be a little ballsy because the chopper's going to end up
Alpha copy.
in their line, but that's fine.
Bravo, you copy? Jesse, you dead?
This is Bravo and message.
Once you've ATGM'd the site, make sure to tell me and then move across the black line to the RP2.
Oh, they only have 2 people in there, so I might be able to get a really good flank on it. Meanwhile, they've got backup or QRF back here acting as command and control. Little bit of a nasty force split here.
By all the pieces of artillery and radar, there are usually like 2 infantry next to them. It shouldn't be an issue as long as you ATGM them and get out, but yeah.
Yeah, I hosed down those 2. We got some QRF now coming up. Where's that call for backup? Did the engine just get hit on this vehicle? Ooh, yeah, a little bit of body damage there if they take another grenade. So yeah, they drove past the patrol and, well, it called for backup. Now we got this other team now coming up. We do have 1 medic on point. Might start working on Stormcrest. Still got 2 people over here. I'm going to group them to that team so they fold in with them. And then I got the helicopter also coming in to bring QRF, but it might get intercepted by additional vehicles out here. Hunter doing his best to cover.
Stable.
I think Ian's going to be able to get Storm up, then they'll quickly be able to get Jesse. Damage on this vehicle is a lot of body damage, so that's a little worrisome, because if that goes full, the vehicle's going to auto-cook. And now Command's not going to be able to get anything from Bravo, which is worrisome. That chopper just took a hit. She's going down. All right, 10 minutes before I can ready the next one. She takes a second hit. Might cook off now. Too hard. She's down. Good AA cover, though, to prevent any additional QRF from coming in. This team is going to have a lawn walk to come over into that area. I've still got a lot of other forces in the region. These guys, I think, that's command coming up to check on this position. I'm a little worried about Jesse. Jesse hasn't received any medical. Yeah, I don't see anything around him.
I'll put you down too.
Bro's gonna point blank with an M107.
Bravo, we have been ambushed, but I think
Jess just woke back up.
Bravo, just to be advised, you have one more enemy northeast in the valley.
It's so funny watching someone CQC with an M107.
100 meters away from you. Also, Bravo, remember, you still need to destroy the radar.
Yeah, about that. Our launcher is destroyed.
Oh, it got disabled.
Can we 50 cal the radar to death?
They could potentially, but I thought they said their 50 cals were out of ammo. Alright, anyway, the 57 marker. By the way, I'm planning on starting to stream Dark Tide. I'm going to do something fun with it, but I think I mentioned that earlier, but not about the streaming specifically. I'm going to pad these guys out and have them charge that hill. Because at this point, like, their whole charge is to take that area, so if they're getting assaulted, they're just going to attack that position.
Bravo, can you send a dude to look for my sniper? He got down somewhere. Also, Alpha, give me a status report.
Alpha is still rolling up to our strike point.
I'm going to say one person in this squad's going to see those vehicles moving up, so we'll track them. Yeah, they're shooting, so they definitely saw.
Angel, we found him. He's right here.
Head up to the hills. I do have an off-road at every position with a 50 cal.
2 enemies on the west side of the hill.
Drone operators now basically sighting this.
10 meters.
So I'm grouping up all these AI to follow suit. So they'll all start coming up to this position. So these guys probably have to use the Carl Gustav to take out the radar site and run.
Alpha, there is a car right in front of you. Technical, careful.
He just ran out of ammo, and I think he broke the guns too, yep. I have a second one here. I'll send that one out too. Like I said, this op, it's easy, but I've got a bunch of surprises for him if they try to make things simple. So they just Carl G'd that one. Like I said, I'm trying to be, as nice as I can with this op, but I will be brutal. Cobalt, how you doing, buddy? Cobalt's one of my oldest friends in this game. Him and Zemio, the X. No one's died yet, which is good, but now these guys have to find a firing solution to destroy that other AA site. Looks like they're trying to snipe with the Carl Gustav. Miner just got shot up. Mac is stuck reloading and takes multiple 50 cal shots, takes more. They hit it with a tow.
Yeah, Angel, I don't think that's gonna work. I think we need to go and hit it with an RPG damage.
Oof, no prone launcher, cringe. I think he's mad because it forced him to stand up on the reload he was trying to prone. I'm gonna be honest, putting your head forward on a 50 cal, I don't think would have saved him.
Alpha, are you net? Alpha.
Just typing that to me. I was
Who's
going prone
responding
head
for
first in a 50. Because it was point blank, and if you're putting your head first, that's where, you know, you would take the most damage if it was hit. If he was far away, like if it was firing from over here, then maybe, but if it was literally like 10 meters from him. Lies going prone gives 50% damage reduction.
If there's anything from the send again.
He's arguing if he can go prone, he minimizes his target profile, but again, his head is first, so if his head gets hit against a heavy machine gun, you're still going to go uncon, rather if you just stand up and take it to the chest. Either way, you're going to take a significant amount of damage. Oh, the drone just got shot down. Sounded like the launches were from over here. Yep. Oh my gosh, this one's fired too. Alright, so Mac, he got brought back up. He is now going to be working on trying to eliminate the remaining sites. Which are here and here. It's funny, that one's actually looking up at him. Yeah, so I would say you're going to get killed either way, but, you know, some people like to argue with me. Which, again, they're right. It's their right to do it, of course, but as someone who has plenty of experience trying to avoid getting killed by a 50 cal in front of you, regardless of skill level, it's going to kill you. It is absolutely going to kill you. Are they trying to use the sniper to destroy the radar? Oh, I'm trying to put my tracer on to see. It just doesn't want to work. Carl Gustav round goes out. Beautiful hit. It was a great hit. It was about a 1, 2. Yeah, about a 700 and some change meter shot. That's pretty good. Credit where credit is due. That was pretty good. All right, I'm going to send another helicopter into the AO. And we're going to get another transport to start bringing things in. Alright, this pilot I'm going to be a bit more defensive with.
Alpha status report.
Our site right now, it's been a bit rough. We got caught on the way to set up. We're working on it. Our ATGM gun is broken though.
You should have a Morse now. He can range and reach that.
Yeah, he's working on it.
Okay, good. Once destroyed, black line.
There's one more.
Bravo,
they're defensive right now. I've got QRF slowly coming in. What are you two a part of? Oh, that squad. These guys are probably going to respond to over here because it's closer. Meanwhile, this team's pulling away because they've successfully eliminated everything. All right, after that, Garrison's done. They're going to go in. The only group that's going to stay static or ones still defending active sites are those guys that are going to stay around the base. And they just hit that position. Cool. I think my one fear with this new strategy is they do technically have a limited amount of Carl Gustav rounds. Unless they pulled every possible round out from these transports, which they didn't. So each one only has 4. So eventually they're going to run out because they didn't pull the additional ones out from these vehicles. Now they could always come back and take them. But that's going to potentially force a close engagement on one of these, but they don't have anything to det with because I gave them no demo. Because this was meant to be like a purely engage from range sort of scenario. So they're going to have to get creative trying to demo the last ones, or they need to drive back, or they'll find a random RPG gunner and use those. Yeah, well, it already happened, Shadow, but server tanked it like a champ.
Command, this is Alpha. Assets destroyed at our site. We are exfiltrating from this area.
Yeah, and then you got the 2 AA gunners over here. They do have an additional Vic right here, though. And there are spare AT rounds in there. And then every vehicle... Oh, so they took all of the AA missiles out, though, and they put them in this truck. So this group has plenty to deal with threats. About the hour 20 mark, I'm going to put a pair of jets out, though.
Bravo to command, we have reached RP2.
But I think from here it should be... Hopefully things should be okay. Waiting to see the AA team here engage that asset. They're trying to achieve lock. Oh no, he's looking the wrong way.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, he's firing at my transport. Ah, shit. Miss! I'm gonna pull him back. Unless he's on his final descent, in which case I can't stop him, so he's just gonna get shot. It's another miss. My transport just took a hit, and he just took a hit.
Command, this is Alpha. We are heading direct south from ATGM site. There is a helicopter that was on us, but it's waved off for now.
Maybe he'll use rockets. Nope.
Unless that was you making it wave away.
Alright, at this point we know they're targeting our AA site, so I'm going to send a squad of reinforcements to every position from outside the AO on the FOB area. And the goal is hopefully that'll be enough to help defend it. A big chunk of these infantry got stuck up there. Rips Stanley's internet. Yeah, looks like he just had a network hiccup. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it looks like they pulled out mostly unscathed, though, so good enough. Now the next part of the plan is trying to hit those 3 remaining sites. They just have one more to destroy before they hit the 3-point marker. But, I mean, it's been close. We've caught both teams in ambush areas. I'm going to delete the groups that are getting stuck in buildings, because that's causing the entire group to slow down.
Radio waves are quiet. Any element?
Sitting at RP 2 point, waiting for you lot.
I'm going to start pulling garrisons over to assist with other positions. These guys I'm still going to have sweep up. And then eventually I'll have them regroup at friendly positions as well.
Few seconds.
Anyone that's stuck in buildings, I'm going to pull them out myself. And I assume you're about to ask for the TP. I have to make sure I get him in the right one. That worked, right. We could always see them pull back and grab more AT missiles too, but let's see if they're managing their logistics properly. AO has been poked. Gonna take me a little while to get more air into the AO. No one's died yet. There's been some close calls though. They have driven in a few patrols that have created some ambush scenarios. Almost hit part of Bravo though and wiped them, but...
Are we taking?
Currently, once Alpha reaches RP2 point, everyone will move together across the black line going north to assault the easternmost red opposition. Then we'll continue to follow the black line and hit every position, and then we'll fall back here to RP2 point, and then we'll go home.
Alpha copies, be advised. As stated before, our Milan is disabled. Our M2 on the truck is also disabled, and we have 4 Maz rounds left.
Yeah, so they need at least 9
This is Bravo.
AT
We have 3
launches.
more rounds left on the fuel.
So that's 7. So that means they can't miss a single shot. Think I should give him a hint?
Shit. That's theoretically enough.
Drone has 4 more Maz rounds in its vehicle.
Oh, that's definitely enough then.
Okay.
Okay, we can't afford to miss any shots then.
This is high. Those Vics at base are still there, and they probably still have spare AT rounds. So if you need more, you can always come back and get it. I'll be nice. Because it just extends the AO, and it means I'm going to be able to go and grab more stuff. So they can always also just go back and put everything in their Vic and bring them out. So.
Copy. Alpha's like a click out. We'll be right there.
From here, looks like they're going to do another force split and then set up to hit stuff, and then whoever gets here first takes it, and then they go. They're going to have to be quick about that, though, because, yeah, I've got QRF coming.
It is at the LC, apparently.
Yeah, the
So I
LC
can go-
it says.
So I can go down the CDLC, not the CLDLC, but the well, let's have compatibility already in them.
Jets in 15 minutes. I'll probably do the Chinese J7. It's J17, right? No, that's the F16. This is the Chinese one. Whoops. Yeah, J17. Put a pair of those in the AO to do combat patrol. Helis, I'll start grounding or putting in the air another 7-ish minutes. Now I have to be like really defensive, so they're gonna be pretty much like put at the AA sites to deploy QRF. We're gonna, for my 2 spawns, it's literally just gonna be 2 transports. We'll say at the 112 mark, I'll send them in to drop off additional infantry. Did he break the wheel? No. He just damaged it a little bit.
Hey, Command, this is Alpha. If you're at the staging point, if there's a toolkit there, that'd be cool.
There is none at the staging point.
Disregard.
They want one to repair some of their
engineer
Vics.
perms anyway, so we won't be able to use them.
That is also true.
Sometimes it's a toolkit or engineer perms, but you know, yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
No one's been gored
Maybe
yet,
we
though,
can
which is
find
good.
some in one of the fucking 113s of the enemy. But I don't think we will be...
Well, the issue is we don't really have the permissions to repair, though, do we?
We don't, and we're not fighting 113s anymore.
Yeah, they don't have any vehicle-based AT to use against stuff. Honestly, these Vics are now kind of useless because their guns are disabled, so they're better off taking the transport
or
Vics.
or whatever, you know.
I think they're just down to like a 50 cal because everything else has been disabled. Honestly, I think he should have all of them moving out to assault a position while he goes and grabs those Vics, because they're just giving the
If you
enemy
guys
time
are bored,
to regroup.
you can move to assault point 1 and start reconning the next radar station.
Yeah, so he's going to have them all stay together. I agree with that call because
Copy, I'll get Alpha moving to
now the
recon.
QRF is going to be nasty. Alright, I'm going to delete any units that are kind of solo because they're not forming up with whatever teams are out there. I'll just call them deserters, it's fine. So this is, I think, a garrison. I'll switch their formation to diamond so they're in a bit of a better order here. Yeah, so there's only 2 people, so you'd only be able to grab a second vehicle, so they're probably going to load up all the AT rounds in the spare and then bring it in. That's fair. Just gave everyone the resources here to do whatever they wanted. And we go with it. So how I think the rest of this op is going to play out is this is going to be easy to hit. This one's going to be a bit difficult because it might be enough time to get my infantry over. And then this is going to be the really difficult one because I'm going to basically order everything except these groups to go and defend that site. So the player base is going to have to try to outpace those units. And then, you know, in 3 minutes, I'm going to bring in additional reinforcements to these 2 areas. And then I'm also going to mobilize 2 jets. And I don't know how much AA the player base has left. Because if they run out of AA and they haven't destroyed enough, then they're in trouble. Thankfully, they only have to destroy 1 more site for the full 3 points. It's the bonus point of trying to get everything, and that's where it's meant to be, you know, difficult against the clock sort of shenanigans. But for an hour and 10 minutes, since these are 2-hour blocks, I am happy with the progress they've done. I just genuinely think they should have hit the AA sites first and then ended with this position and then pulled away, rather than hit that first to aggravate everything and trigger my QRF, then start hitting the AA sites. But that's just a personal thing. It's a choice. If you can still outpace my QRF, then it's fine. But a lot of this time is going to be spent driving around and mobilizing. And we just have to see if the player base has that time. So we've got 5 rockets in there. Still have 4 in there. And still have 2 in there. So Angel is slowly loading them. And I think he sent Vampire out with a fresh vehicle just to bring an additional spare 4 to the front immediately. I agree with that call. Send a vehicle up with that extra rockets to help them out in case they need it, and then go forward.
Hey, Bravo.
That's unfortunate. They broke their wheels.
This is Bravo.
Do you still have 2 wheels in your vehicles?
Unlikely sense, I think Angel's changed at least 1.
Pretty much a platoon of forces coming out from that area.
To your south, give us 1 wheel. The CIA marker.
So from that Overwatch point, we could probably see both the launchers. The radar is going to be a bit tricky because it's in the saddle.
Give me a moment, I'm trying to locate you.
But we'll see.
I see them. Go further north from your position.
Plus, bringing up additional vehicles means they can bring up additional wheels, but I'm not sure if Command knows to do that. So he's got 8 of them so far. Looks like they're going to cannibalize all the wheels, too. That's smart. That's smart. Angel's thinking ahead here. That's what a good commander does. He's listening to things over the radio and going, all right, here's how I can help fix it.
CIA, we have 0 spare wheels right now.
The CIA's vehicle is, it's gonna be fine. They're fine.
They can always cannibalize off of other vehicles, too, if they bring spare ones up so they can still transport everyone. Worst comes to worst, you can then ferry people in and out of an AO as they move on foot, but you don't want to get into a situation like that when you have a big AO like this. Alright, I'm going to put all dynamic patrols into the AOs here. And it is time for QRF to start coming in. So let's go ahead and... And then in a few minutes, I will mobilize the jets. I'm going to be honest, even in Arma 3, the best drivers are still going to occasionally hit something, but Lithium is definitely a bit more of an open map. If you're paying attention and not driving drunk, you should be able to avoid most of the stuff. but you know, sometimes silly things happen. It's cutting real close, though, with where they're setting up Overwatch. They're still going to have to come close to hit the radar position. I don't know. Plus, as soon as rockets start firing, I do, or at least I should have, yes, I do have him to send out to the source of the sound.
I'm coming for that ass, Bravo.
What the fuck? AO's definitely been fisted and not poked. I will agree with that call. But it's always fun as a game master here to see how players do things. And then, you know, seeing what could have been done differently and how it might have, you know, helped or hindered and blah, blah, blah. But it's funny, now we're going to have to rely on Carl Gustav shots, which means they're going to have to get, like, perfect ranges in. But then again, I mean, these have big target profiles, so especially if you aim it from the direction the radar is facing, you should be fine. And then the, you know, size of S400s here, I mean, they're also not hard to miss. Compared to something smaller, like even a tank is half the size, you know? If I were to jokingly say, like, you know, look at the height profile compared to that. Yeah, it's wider, but when you're judging distance, you want something taller because it gives you more wiggle room. And that's a giant Leopard vanilla tank, you know? They're a little fatter than, like, T-80s, T-72s, all that junk. And I think Angel drove into a...
Bravo command, we have reached assault point.
I was about to say, there's always one mulligan. There's one mulligan. I try to give one mulligan in regards to driving in my ops. That is all you get. And Angel just burnt it there. Restart the round. Oh, God, don't remind me of FNF. Oh. So, for those of you that weren't there, because this was years ago, Friday Night Fights once had something where a bad driver caused an entire convoy of units to get armored.
Elements, be
and they
advised,
restarted
MIA
the
with
entire
rocket
round
Roman.
because of it.
It just touched down at the objective area.
Did you not? I didn't put crew in them. Did I? No, I did. I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. I forgot to put the infantry in them for them to dismount. Oops. Yeah, what's that? There's plenty of funny things that FNF has done. Alright, guys, gotta restart the op. Forgot the infantry. Oh. Brilliant, Liru. Truly brilliant. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna send them back immediately because there was a bit of an oopsie call there. Hey, at least we know the LZs are safe because they didn't get shot down, right? Fuck me. Anyway. Am I drunk? I guess. I wish I was.
Bravo to command, did you end up getting your things
LZ
fixed
will remain
with,
safe,
Rion
smile.
and,
Yeah, right, Sven? How you doing, buddy?
them?
Thanks for a 38-month resub.
Yep, I'm almost there.
How was your Ready or Not challenge yesterday? I saw you rage quit last night. It looked fun.
And you're confident you can hit it. You can
Hope you
engage
join the
with
ops, buddy.
mortars.
Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. You should come play Congo.
Well, the most can be ranged pretty hard.
You're gonna try it again today?
Automatically,
Fair.
I kind of doubt it.
I hope I can come in and watch you rage. Because it gives a smile to my face, you know? Anyway, let me get that other squad infantry. We're gonna pretend Liru didn't F that up. It's okay, the LZs will stay safe, right? Haha, smile. Anyway. You need it for a gold watch? Yeah, fair. More brain damage from the fact that there's a small little bunny in my garden eating everything and it hurts my soul. That's okay.
Command, this is Alpha. These are some real long-range shots, and if we want to be, like, safe with our shots, we'd want to move.
If you can find a better spot to launch the Morsers from, you can mark it on map, and I will give a go-ahead to move there.
Killed a wabbit.
In addition, I also can't
which
see
one?
of the things.
You got everything from Tisazi? Yeah. So after this, I'll just shoot you the admin stuff, and you can make the changes. And
Actually,
blah, blah,
way
blah.
with the attack, someone just gave me a really good idea. We're gonna move to assault point 2, and we're gonna hit this one on the way back. So everyone load up, get in your Vix, and move to assault point 2.
So they're gonna hit it on the way out. That's an interesting call. I kind of see where they're going for, so they can just drive in and boop it because it's in a tough spot where they have to go close. And that is going to pull out some of my defenses to chase after them, but not all. Oh, I'm like 5 minutes late on my planes. Haha,
Command, this is
oopsie.
Alpha. Assuming you want assault point 2 on hill 235, because where it's directly marked is low ground below the site.
That's not how jets work. You're supposed to be in the air flying.
Yep.
Recovery!
Alright, Alpha Bravo, jump in your Vix, let's go.
So I'll make sure they didn't put themselves to like autopilot land, because sometimes they like to do that. Anyway, there's the jet patrol.
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
Yeah, their engine has to be fully on. Like, for some vehicles it's like that, some it isn't.
We're running out of time.
Oh, that was their afterburners. Okay, I'm like, did you just...
Quick.
Just hit the ground? I hope you didn't hit the ground. That'd be really unfortunate if you decided to choke on me like that. Haha. Yeah, they're going so fast, my sound's not even picking them up. Ooh, AA's lagging behind. So yeah, you can hear the, this frickin'... Oh my gosh, what's the word?
Boys, we get 10 minutes per side, so we're gonna do this real quick.
Sonic boom, that's it. Yeah, there's a lot of funny Zeus bugs right now. Oh god. The jets!
Fast movers.
Woohoo, the jets! Oh god, the drone just got shot down by multiple S-400s. Oh my god. Oh. That's funny.
Well, this is Alpha. I almost blew up. That was fun.
Yeah, for some reason, the jets are actually able to lock on to drones.
It's not the jets, it's the S-400s.
Oh boy.
Really now?
Where's that air defense? Boys, where's that air defense? It's kind of needed.
Alright, squads, get to assault point 2, set up some defenses, pull out your Morsers. Everything's in sight of assault point 2, so...
This is Bravo, both vehicles down, one has no wheels.
Okay, unironically, where is the air defense? Like, they have 2 launchers, they're back here not doing anything. That's unfortunate. No one's died yet, but...
Okay.
Miner, do you have room in that wig?
Hold on, I'm trying to recover one of my trucks that got hit.
I'm gonna order him to attack.
Okay, Bravo to command. I think at this point, for the sake of time, we split up since we're not killing infantry, we're destroying things we can shoot from afar.
Ooh, he's spinning.
I mean, sure shit, if you can do it, but, I mean, at this rate, there's jets everywhere, it's getting a bit bad. We need to destroy at least one more point to get, one more AA point to get
Why
3
only
points,
fucking me?
So,
We're robbing it.
pull to assault point 2, we'll destroy this AA site, and then we'll leave, I guess.
I'm sorry, it's not funny. It sucks that he died. But Jazzy, when we were playing the last Congo mission, it was either Congo or Star Wars, he kept getting headshotted out of everybody. And it was pretty funny. It's I'm so sorry to laugh at that, but it was pretty funny that he kept dying. Like, out of everyone.
So Bravo to command. We are going to go hit the yellow site to the our southeast right now. I think we can demo those things and get out alive.
Okay, if you're sure, Alpha pull to assault point 2, you're still okay-ish, right?
I'm sorry, Alpha...
I'm ordering everything nearby to go and check on that. Because now they're lacking
one
vehicles.
One of our trucks got striked, we had a KIA, I'm just trying to get my guys to assault point 2.
I'm so sorry, buddy. Like, I'm not doing any RCing.
I'm ferrying.
The plane that was striking this vehicle managed to hit a tree
there.
and kill itself. That was interesting, but rest of the force strayed away from the AA defense and got absolutely pimp smacked. It was only me that did any... You mean you were the only one that took damage? Yeah, because the other 2 were just magically fine. That was kind of weird.
Alpha, if you can mark where your guys without a car, I can go pick them up.
Though I have a feeling you will be joined by others soon. Because now these guys are running over to try to find an area to hit this, but we have a massive amount of infantry now coming over to kind of comb the area.
Command, where is the rest of the element at this time?
Bravo's dealing with the yellow point.
I don't think they'll be able to get the full 4
dealing
points now.
Planes
unless they take the AT guys and they put them in a car and get them out. But yeah, S-400s have been fitted to hit small drones. Darters, it's debatable, but, I mean, if it happens, it happens. It's like Liru's bunny rabbit is... Can you... Bro, come on! That's personal.
Alright, Command, so 2 of my guys have basically slung onto Bravo, and the rest of us are at assault point 2, so we can step off.
Alright, we'll get your Morse guy to shoot the things, and then we move to the next one.
Oh, what is going on?
Well, we immediately ran into a patrol and lost our wheels, so this is not good already.
know you're supposed to be on top of the hill, right? Not in the defilade.
Bit late for corrections.
I mean, I remarked everything on the map.
Yeah.
Oh, they killed that infantry squad pretty quickly. You gotta give them that.
Get your guys in the car.
We won't all fit, but...
Well, then get the other guys to run.
There's trucks in the fucking AA side if we kill enough people.
I'm curious, will they fit everybody, though? In theory, they should. Yeah, okay, good. Because that was, like, transport for everything. But they could aggressively, like, push in and steal the trucks, too. That is an option. It's just right now the player base is super spread out, and they're taking contact from everywhere.
You could do medical in the car.
Now we're at do or die. So I think this group is going to try to outmaneuver those infantry and hit those positions. These guys will hit, and then maybe they'll be able to come up and hit that site too. I'm going to be thoroughly impressed if they manage to hit the 3 remaining sites, but they have about 30 minutes to do it. And this is all on a 35% accuracy coefficient too, so that is also impressive in its own right.
Alpha, is your more
Oh, they lost a wheel.
Brother, he was. Look, I haven't had 2 of my guys with me for
break. This is Bravo to command. I have your Alpha and command. I have their lost ship, McMaring and Hobo, so AT and Merc.
Jesus.
This has become a mess and a half.
I also have Ian, so yeah.
Yeah.
At this rate, you might just want them to join your squad, and I'll have Ian join mine. But that still leaves me down my fucking mods.
Yeah.
Set squads up defensively around positions that are parallel. Now they're spraying at God knows what. I think maybe over... Yeah, they're trying to range shots out here. I'm going to pull them defensively then.
Alright, Jesse, I stole Ian. You can steal my guys and put them on your net.
Get your guy. I'll get your guys in here. We're gonna go help Bravo deal with that, and after we've dealt with that, we're gonna leave.
This went nuts real quick. You got these 3 guys getting pushed.
Never mind. We're gonna go deal with the radar station to the north. The CIA guys are distracting them.
Gonna comb for those guys now. These guys I'm gonna order to go deal with whatever's shooting at them up there. Whew, do or die at this point. Yeah, what screwed them was the airstrikes, but I mean, what should have happened after the first one that they all survived and their vehicles were fine was the AA guys get out and take the jets out. But because the AA guys were so far back, they didn't even know that the rest of the group was getting smacked. So the jets were able to do like 3 runs and disable most of the player base's vehicles because the AA was unattentive, which sucks. But it is what it is. I got Angel solo pushing over here.
Just jump out.
No, he's got other people with him. I mean, it's still a stealth mission if you manage to kill every witness, right? I'm mobilizing 2 more jets at the top of the hour, though, so... Bringing in more QRF.
Requesting.
I have a lot of units being pulled in a lot of directions here. Like, damn, this is crazy how much, like, where everything is at this point. I'm going to order you back because I don't want you slowing down the assault group, so I'll stick them to the defensive garrison. Well, player base definitely going for broke here. Yeah, so short-range RPGs.
Leave my back blast.
Have them run out and counterattack that. Hey, team right here to cut off any QRF. That's nuts. What scares me the most is this is actually working quite well, but we are eventually going to have some stragglers go down here and there. So Miner and OG Dark might be dead there. Chopper's going down. It's not going to pancake anybody, though. They just RPG'd the other one. I got the radar piece right here.
It's raining fucking body parts.
Well, fun.
Oh, God! No! It's raining men! But in the realistic sense! Mac just got hit. Jesse's gonna try to line up an RPG on that 50 cal. I think he got it, yeah, so now they just have to outlast the infantry. They got 2 of them. They haven't gotten the that dish, though. I'm gonna break this group, though. God damn. Oh, Sam lit himself on fire. That's unfortunate. Now the question is, can either area take out this last position here? Vampire's still up. Miner's probably going to bleed out. All right, Effin, I'm going to order them to go pursue that guy because they're under fire. Miss!
There's 6.
They're making fun of him for missing.
Jump it. Roger. I'm trying to. Alright, there you go. Take it.
With the tandem warhead. Beautiful shot. All right, that's officially 3 points. 4 points if they clear that, and then they have to come over here and do the same out there, and I don't know if they'll be able to. But at least now it means if people die, they'll get 2 points instead of 1. They're taking out the trucks here, which I don't agree with because those were their rides. But it looks like they're going to break it south and run. Or they're looking for another angle to escape. Probably at the 50 mark. I might field some tanks. The issue is this is really close to that one, so QRF is going to get there quick. But yeah, they're going to grab trucks and run because they don't need to be here anymore. That's not a bad call. But now we need to see, like, everyone pull out here. There's a lot more enemy kills here than I thought we'd get in this mission, though. Did Vamp go down? No, Vamp is alive. Probably doing medical, and they might try to track those guys. He did snipe. Nope, there's 5 still up. Okay. "20 minutes, I spawned the jets." They're trying to find an angle on that last radar site, but it's tucked away over here in a bit of a low position, which means it's very difficult to hit, and I got all this QRF coming after him.
Let us deal with saving some people at the assault point 2 marker.
I'm going to pull that team defensively. I'm going to pull other teams defensively. These groups I'm going to pull back because it's ultimately more important to defend the air sites. Miner might actually live
try and hit the western ones. We get the full
if
5 points.
medical gets up to him quick, but I don't...
Roger.
Okay, no, they're going around.
We're almost done with this one.
Yeah, now I'm going to have infantry, like, all around that area. It's going to be difficult. Hey, Iron Lance, how you doing, buddy? What am I doing here? Trying to give my player base an easy mission to destroy AA sites, but some silliness happened, and now it's all just kind of do or die at this point. Wait, there is prone launcher! What was he bitching about? There is prone launcher. He was just prone. You lying sack of shit. I'm alright, man. How are you doing? He was giving me shit earlier for getting murdered by a machine gun.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ah. Oh, Miner, did you bleed out? No. Okay. Oh, well. Well, I trust people to tell me if something's missing, but yeah, I'm only as good as my chuckleheads. I think he was pissed he couldn't reload while prone. Well, that's not my fault. That's the mod's fault then, because we have it on. All right, so they're going for the full 4 points because this is all tied to a training document, which gives them special perks if they are able to complete things. So that has to get destroyed, and then the 3 pieces over there have to get destroyed, but I've surrounded this, and in 17.5 minutes, I mobilized 2 more jets. So, haha. Funny. I still have a bunch of AI over here, and as soon as that engagement happens, I'm going to pull everything back here. This is meant to be just a simple poke up. Oh, he knows. It's going to be short! I'm going to keep pushing up to that guy. Now they're going to be forced to engage the units close here. They're trying to line up the Carl Gustav on it. That's a hit. Now they need to run. Originally, I thought they might be able to take a truck and go, but they can, as infantry, just pull out and get out of this AO. Yeah. Good grenades, though. Miner 2 J-17 jets. And the reason you guys couldn't do anything about it is because your air asset was finagling with some drones, or your anti-air, and it didn't get out. So it allowed the jets to basically do 3 runs on you. One of them clipped a tree, and it was actually the AI's fault, not mine. Which is rare. Usually I'm the one clipping trees. But yeah, if they manage to take out these 3 remaining positions, then it's 4 points. And that means the dead get 3. From that spot, though, they're not able to see this one in the back. I think they can see the other 2, though, so... This'll get interesting.
Bravo to command, we have successfully destroyed the yellow AA site.
Confirmed. The rest of the force is going to go deal with the far western one. Once you...
Oh, did Matt get killed?
You can pull out, because I don't think you'll make it in time.
That's unfortunate.
Copy. Bravo.
They're gonna bum rush it.
What's our extraction point, or does map order
for the sake of the AO, get out of the red zone, and then you can start making your way to the point. Fighter jet, it's been a bit chaotic. They're scrambling to try to complete the last objective for a full score. It's 1 more AA site. Honestly, this is probably worth it to watch back just for the fact we saw the player base get engaged by a pair of J-17s. Because it was pretty cinematic. The first run went all around them, and the second and third one actually started blowing them up. Didn't kill anybody except for Jazzy, but he didn't die in the strike. He died because he bled out. And for whatever reason, he was the only person in that vehicle to take any damage. He was so salty about it. Oh yeah, and then the actual, we didn't catch it, but they blew up an Mi-17 transporting a full squad in. And then when it cooked off over the AA team, it rained like 50 or so body parts on them. It's pretty graphic. And the issue is I have about a full platoon here. Mac DC'd. I'm going to have to make a mental note that he died. But it was Mac, Miner, and Jazzy that'll get either 2 or 3 points, depending on... Oh, they're just going to drive up to this. Ah, they aggroed. I'm sorry, it cracks me up that he's literally doing that with an RPG, with an M107, excuse me. Where's the AT gunner to take this out? Or are they, like, trying to be a distraction so these other guys can do that? Alright, not that it matters because everyone else is disengaged, but technically I then need to send everything over. I guess also technically I could be evil. Not that they'll get here in time, but... Yeah, they're on the move. All right. Grenades are blowing people away, though. Good God. And that last one got the rest. Jesus. Anything else in the region? No. 12 minutes, I mobilized those jets, though. Oh, are they trying to get it with impact grenades? I think the M107 mag dumping it would do more damage. Speaking of. I have no idea where he is engaging, actually. Yeah, he took the scope off. I think he's trying to iron sight him. What the hell? That was a beautiful shot, but it looks like it hit an ineffective area, or maybe it hit... Oh, I think it hit the empty tube, so it didn't cook. This man's guts. Yeah, it's a short range, though. I'm not sure they'll be able to hit it from that. They're trying to mag dump it. It is doing damage, but not a lot. Yeah, they're trying to shoot it with the 50. It's not doing damage, though. Oh, it detonated above it! Oh, yeah, I have you. I forgot. So I think they're going to try to check the dead for RPG launchers, which there are a few here and there. I just killed it. Yep. I think because Mac and the other guy had the 2 Carl Gustavs, and they went this way, so they're just relying on RPGs now. Tanks are about 5 minutes away before they could potentially get into range. They can also try mag dumping with a 50. They're trying everything they can here. Oh, they got a great long-range shot with that one. Another dead RPG guy right here. I think they're going to be able to do it. And the question is, are they going to be able to get out of the AO before my jets show up in 10 minutes? The second pair. I'm surprised we're not seeing the AA guys try to point blank them. I don't think it would do enough damage, but it is a funny thought. That should hit. Yep. Now they just have to get this one, grab their vehicles, and run. Very, very close. And he missed. He missed.
Hey, we only need to hit the A8 right next to us, and we can leave.
Oh my god.
All forces, load up, pull out.
He hit, literally landed it in the middle while it was turning. Jesus. Here come the tanks, starting to enter the AO. I don't think they're close enough, though, to do anything.
Call all your squads, get them to pull out now, let's go.
Sometimes you just gotta be ballsy. I don't know why, but the player base tends to do really, really well when it has to be ballsy.
So, Bravo to command, you successfully destroy them.
Command, we do have to pull back to friendly territory to index, yeah, we can't just go out the circle.
So for the infantry, I'm allowing them to walk out, but for you guys, yeah, you gotta pull to the southern side of the circle. Because, you don't have to know. Because if I tell them, yeah, just pull out of the circle, they're gonna run right into the tank platoon.
Alright, all vehicles, you're pretty much on your own to drive to the exit. We're gonna pull to the south side.
Because, Angel, if I realistically told you to just leave the zone, you would have driven into a tank platoon.
I don't see an issue with that.
Alright, I'm assuming they would drive out of here before the jets scramble a second time at the 2-hour mark to clean the AO up. And they've gotten away from the tank platoon. I'm going to go ahead and index.
I mean, we're in their trucks, so unless they want to have PID hell.
Well, unfortunately, everyone in the AO is in foot in terms of the enemy except for a platoon of tanks. But, you know, c'est la vie. Stand by for index. Hey, perfect 300. And the Spec Ops teams in Crow that have been stationed there after you hit it don't have any AT. Darn, otherwise I might have been able to get you. Oh well, there was always a next time. All right, so Jazzy, Miner, and MacMarine died. All right, Ian, don't turn the server off just yet. I want to record everyone after I finish talking. But yeah, overall, Op went all right. And then you guys drove past where the CIA guys were to protect you against air threats, and 2 J-17s decided to have fun with you. One of them had so much fun that as it was doing a gun run, it hit trees, and that was actually the AI. It wasn't even me. And then the other one got hit and then did the funny barrel roll into the ground, but most of your wheels and vehicles were disabled. Jazzy was the only one unfortunate enough to die in it because Jazzy is Jazzy, just a bullet magnet, rocket magnet, whatever. And then you all kind of just panic scrambled and were able to do everything else with only 2 more KIA as you split up. So, yeah, not bad. Definitely not how I pictured it, but it works. That's all I got. Hope you had fun. I will now edit the docket. Ground, go ahead.
Damn, that went really good. Especially for the chaos.
That was nuts.
So the beginning went really nice. Did scouting, did things, shot things. Got to the second half where the jets came. Things exploded, people going off. Bravo, I told Bravo to go deal with the eastern one. Alpha suffered casualties, then I realized their Morse gunner had died. Then we had to push up, then we dealt with that, and then pushed to the final one and dealt with that, and then we all left and lived happily ever after. Alpha, you go.
Right, yeah, first half went super good, super good. On our little split objective where we were supposed to destroy the site, we did get caught along the way by like I don't know if it was a patrol or a fob or something in like a town to the west. Either way, we moved past that, and it made things a little harder because they all came to engage us, and the technicals scared the shit out of us. But we got the objective done. We went away, met with you guys at RP2, started rolling. Jets disabled two of the three of my Vics. Jazzy died. I picked up everyone that I could. 2 guys apparently did not fit. They ended up attaching to Bravo and going on their own way. One of them was my Moz gunner, so oof. But at that point, we were like, okay, we're going to the hill below the AA site. Ran into a squad, lost our wheel. Oh shit. Angel came and picked us up, took us back away. Well, I ran. We couldn't all fit in the car. And then once we were backing away, then the decision was to attack the point, which is unfortunate because we were already at the baseline. And then, yeah, but that's whatever. Me and Vampire were told to get a car. The car was broken. Fun fact, Angel, you had 5 spare tires in your car, and the car that needed a replacement had none.
I didn't know the tire was broken on a Dark Rainbow Scar.
Our tire, it's broken.
Yeah.
So then me and Vampire ran, and in my mental haze from that point where I hadn't had my squad cohesive since the plane struck, I ended up walking too close to a squad, missed my GL, and then got ripped. My team did come back to save me. They got to me just a second too late. I literally was 10 seconds cardiac arrest when they started CPR, and it takes 10 seconds to do CPR, and death beat the CPR.
Oh, I had tasteful listed twice.
It was unfortunate, but I appreciate the effort. Falcon, do you have anything for the last portion where you were in charge?
I don't really know if I have anything, because at that point we were very scattered, as pretty much the entire section was across maybe 3 vehicles, and most of us were riding in Command's car, so didn't really do much. Kind of just ran around as a grenadier. I don't know. Went alright.
Shepherded people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very chaotic. It was very chaotic after the airstrike. Alpha never really got its footing back. But it went well. I'm not complaining. All the objectives got completed, so Bravo.
Alright, so Bravo at the start had some problems with the Vix. The 50 cal I think only had the one box loaded and no additional ammo. But the Milan launcher had more ammo I think in the Ator vehicle. So we had to take it out of the vehicle, put it in the Ator vehicle. That was kind of too difficult for my people. And then after that we drove to the forced AA site and got ambushed by a squad in the rear. And being in two vehicles, one vehicle got downed, the other one came to save us in time though, along with CIA and command. So that's fine.
Hi.
Then, yeah. Yeah, went to wait at RP2. And yeah. Things went chaotic with the airplanes and helicopters. I lost one vehicle, went to pick them up, and then at Z-Rocket ran the other vehicle. So at that point, I don't know how Ian found Miner instead of the other guy he was in the fucking vehicle with, but alright. Went with 3 of my guys nearest AA, picked up Mac and Hobo, Miner's guys, raided apparently Ian for them somehow. So he was with Miner now. I just gave up on him, but I had 2 more people, so I won that raid. Site got the S400s, but couldn't see the radar. So we kept moving, but Mac thought he could see it, so he stayed and tried to take a shot at it, but I think he got headshot or something, so he died. But we ended up going around and getting the radar, and then just getting out of there. So yeah. Did Ian leave though? Miner, do you know?
He lived.
Or Falcon?
I lived.
Falcon. The only people who died were myself, Jazzy in the airstrike, and Mac.
Alright, so didn't lose anyone for being a small squad, so that's good. So open.
Alright. I'll be back later for Mission Dev Dark Tide tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers and have a good one.